Hey girl, hey, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Misha. Thank you guys for joining me yet again for another review. We are back with a brand new review for Tyler Perry's Sistas Season 3, Episode 19. Baby, let me tell y'all something. Tyler, okay? Not the erotica of it all, child. We're going to get into it as we get into it. If you are new here, then welcome. I give lighthearted reviews with a little bit of laughter and a little bit of shade and a whole lot of detail. If you are back for a second or third time, then welcome back. Please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you get anything out of the content. Previously on Tyler Perry's Sistas. Y'all know Karen and there with Aaron, child. She can't get rid of him, so we know how that goes. We see Fatima, and you know she's back with Zack, so we'll see what happens from there. And we're now realizing that Andi had on panties backwards when she never took her panties off. Now, child, let's get into it. When the episode first opens up, Tyler got Gary and Andi arguing over her panties. Child, she didn't take the panties off. Child, this is a fool. If y'all don't stop arguing in this apartment complex, child, and let this man go, just arguing in circles for no reason. He's like, why is your underwear on backwards? This girl gonna say, Gary, sometimes people make mistakes. Oh, no, ma'am, I have never put my drawers on backwards. Not never. Unless I'm trying to get out of somewhere quick. And even then, honey, I'm going to pull over to the nearest gas station and put my panties back on the correct way, honey. I am not about to cut up my Hello Kitty all day long and not at some point correct it. Girl, goodbye. I'm like, that dang on Andi, child. Ooh, she off. So Gary said, no, you always make sure everything is perfect. Your hair is always done. Your nails are done. Everything. Hair done, nails done, everything did. Oh, you fancy, huh? Shout out to Drake, honey. He said everything is always on point. So there's no way that you, as Andi Esquire, got up and put your underwear on backwards. Girl, goodbye. You don't make those kinds of mistakes. She's like, I did, so sue me. Well, child, his wife is. So let's get into that as we get into it. We still ain't heard nothing about Jasmine since she got hauled off with those rubber bullets. She sent a letter, certified mail, saying that she was going to sue Andi for being with her man, and we have not heard anything else about it. Tyler, okay, we need to wrap that up. Moving forward. He's like, you were with somebody. She's like, I get it. I get it. You were checking me like I'm a piece of property. So then she grabs his member. Baby Andi lawyered that situation real quick, honey, switched it right on around. I said, not you mad at him now. Child, this is a fool. So then she starts telling him about the hotel room with Robyn. But, you know, I think that he thought that it was a lie. But, nah, honey, she was with rockin' Robyn. And he gonna be rocking her world a little bit later. Moving forward. So she's telling him she's having sex with randoms. And she's like, are you leaving? He said, if that's what you want me to do. We all want you to go, Gary. We thought you were done a few episodes ago. Like, you've been getting that apartment or whatever it is. You've been getting that place that you're about to move in painted for the past 19 episodes. Okay? The paint should be dry by now. And if not, honey, get on in there with the fumes and stretch out. Boy. So he's like, well, you know what? I can leave. She said, that's what I want. I'm tired of being accused of doing things and liking somebody and being loyal to you. Oh, honey, Andi is choosing violence this episode. She is choosing straight violence. Child, I would be glad when these two never speak again. Do y'all hear me? Never. So then he flips the switch and lets her know that he has a little secret rendezvous of his own. So he calls this woman that he's supposedly seeing. And I was thinking, is this real? This is the definition of how you get him is how you lose him. Even though we want him to get lost. But I'm just saying, okay, you were sneaking around with him as the mistress of it all. And now he's sneaking around with whoever this lady is. And I wouldn't be surprised if it was Jasmine. I would not be shocked in the slightest. And where are your kids? Y'all know I got to ask all these questions, honey, because y'all are my people. So comment down below if you got the answer. Moving forward. In the next scene, Andi shows back up at the hotel. Baby. Oh, child, y'all come closer to whatever device you're listening on because it's about to get good. So Andi shows back up to the hotel to see Robyn. And what I was thinking is, girl, why didn't you follow through with the shower of it all? Child, she still got that suit on and those backward panties. Yuck. Anyway, child, it's just a side note. So he answers the door and clearly he's bucky naked. Okay, so she thinks he's sleeping. So when you look, you could see that there's a woman sitting on the bed. So he opens the door with a woman in his bed. Now, where he get her from, I don't know. So Andi sees her and she's like, oh, you want me to leave? He said, would you like to join us? baby, what in the freak Nick is going on here? Child, she's like, no, I wouldn't. He said, you sure? Because, child, even in a freaky situation, Tyler gonna make sure that you're sure. Baby, that Tyler. Oh, I can't. She said, are you serious? So, child, she hesitated for a minute. I'm like, oh, okay, she about to go up in there, honey. Everybody gonna be having sex tonight, okay? So then he said, come on, come in, have a drink, and then decide. And this heifer came in and had a seat. And I was thinking, who is this lady? Is she a lady of the night? Like, Robyn, where did you get this woman from? Andi, are you really about to get into it with Robyn and this random woman? Baby, they all about to get into it as they get into it. Across the hall, Fatima getting her back blown out by Zack. And Fatima gets up and he's like, so then Fatima gets up and she's like, I need to go home. He's like, why? She said, oh, just ever since, you told me about you and Karen, I just get so mad. It's just like a trigger for me. She said, and what bothers me is you couldn't go to her house, which means you don't trust yourself. He said, nah, I do. Nah, you don't, honey, because if so, you could be alone with her. He moved to Fatima out of necessity. This is my opinion, okay? And now he's into her, but at the same time, he's not all the way over Karen. Now, I can say that he's not all the way over Karen with that fake, outrage he had as far as telling her that he didn't want to be with her anymore. So I think Karen may be right when she says that he's not being real when he says it's over. But I do think he's feeling Fatima. But child, let's continue. So he said it wasn't about me. It was too many memories for Karen. She wasn't going to be able to handle that. So then Fatima is like, it's because he's like, say it, Fatima, just say it. She's like, I think I love you. If you put it down right, like the way I want it, play your cards right, maybe we could fall in love. I'm going to put it down. She going to fall in love. Shout out to Brandy and C Breezy. Baby, not you love him. Oh, honey, I am screaming. Yes, Fatima. Let's get into it if we going to get into it. He said, you think or you know. Let me tell y'all something. When he said that, it reminded me of this one time that I was with this guy. And baby, he was doing some things to me. Do y'all hear me? Okay. And I think this is what's happening with Fatima. Okay. He's putting it down and making her toes curl. Okay. And doing all kinds of things and eyes rolling in the back of her head and whatnot. And so she thinks she love him. Okay. Because that's what happened to me. And baby, I set up real good after our little session. And I wanted to tell him I loved him, but I didn't want to just put it all out there because I like for them to tell me they love me first. So I feel like, if I call things out, then it's like, well, he loved me first anyway. It's like a little mind game I used to like to play. That's just a side note. But child, I sat up and I said, I think I love you. And he said, you think or you know? And baby, he was fine, just like Zack. Oh, child, this took me back, honey. This took me back. Took me back to 2006. Child, let's get into it if we gonna get into it. So anywho, he's like, you think or you know? She said, I've never felt like this before. He said, good, because I love you too. Oh my gosh. When I tell y'all I got up and did the Jericho run. Baby, I ran all around this apartment. Do y'all hear me? Baby, that was good to me. Tyler, you taking it up a notch this episode. So we back over here with Robyn, the mystery woman, and Andi, right? So Robyn is putting old girl to bed. Baby, getting into it as he get into it. Oh, he about to die. She about to get so wet. Shout out to Trey Songz. So he's putting her to bed, okay? And Andi is sitting there getting her voyeur on. So then he pulls her onto the bed. Then the lady starts pulling her suit jacket down ever so. Honey showing her little spaghetti strings and a little bit of her bralette. And then Robyn was on the other side pulling down the other one. The woman is kissing on one shoulder. The man is kissing on the other. Honey, they tag teaming Andi. Andi was letting all those inhibitions go for Robyn. Honey, she probably been thinking about this. But y'all ain't nobody about to do nothing with old Rockhead Gary. Ain't no telling where he been. I don't know if it was the liquor or what. But it didn't take much to convince Andi to get into it with all three of them. So they all about to do what they needs to do for the night. And they start kissing Andi, slowly undressing her. And then, child, we cut to Karen and old worrisome Aaron. I'm like, child, how we get from that over here to them? So she's standing there in this church suit. Child, I don't know what's going on. With that wig cocked to the side. And she's standing there while he's asleep, fully clothed. Honey, probably still got on his shoes. I'm like, boy. Why do you still have on all these clothes? Oh, child. Anywho, she's like, I don't deserve you. So then he wakes up. He's like, you said something. I thought I heard you say something. Oh, child. She's like, no. He said, are you sure? I heard something. She's like, no, I didn't. So then she apologizes for being too much drama. He said, you're not any drama. She said, you show. Now listen, y'all. I didn't add in, are you sure? She actually said that, honey. I'm going to start calling Karen Miss Are You Sure? So he said, yeah, I'm sure. She said, I don't know any man that will put up with me being indecisive and calling you another man's name. He said, that's because you've been dealing with boys. No, sir. Okay? That's just human nature. I don't want you calling me another person's name. I'm sorry. He said, a man, a real man, one that knows people, knows love, knows a heart, they will get it. I hear you, Aaron, but a real man, whatever that means, okay, would also realize that Karen needs time to heal. Not you forcing your way in and coming over unannounced every night. Like, get a clue. It's too much. She's not ready. A man would give her space to figure things out. Child, you seem a bit insecure on where you stand to me, honey. It seems like insecurity and not you being a real man, but honey, that's just me. And nobody in their right mind, man, woman, cat, or dog, will want to be called another person's name. Well, honey, go on, set yourself off. Moving forward. So then he tells her he loves her. Baby, this is the episode of love making and love confessing, love professing. Child, this is all about the LOVE. Do y'all hear me? Sounds of love making. Anywho, I just had to add that. So she leans in to kiss him and she's like, I love you too. Okay. Hers was a, I love the kind of person you are, not the I love you, you're my person kind of love, honey. It's definitely not the love that Zack and Fatima are exchanging over yonder. We can be sure of that. So she leaves him there and then she goes to work. Oh, no, ma'am, honey, it is a must that we leave together. Come on, Pastor Loverboy, honey, I will walk you out. You will not stay in my house while I'm gone. Oh, I don't think so. Moving forward. Over at the empty bank, Calvin is there pretending to make a deposit with his silk shirt on. So Sabrina comes out and Calvin invites her to dinner. So once he leaves, Sabrina and Maurice start talking about what Calvin talked to her about, right? She said, I'm actually cool with it. Maurice said, so you're cool with what he wants? She said, yeah, I got up this morning and I realized that Calvin is a good guy. So, I just got to see where it goes. Maurice said, even if it goes in his butthole? Maurice, stop. Stop it. Oh, child, I'm done. Sabrina is not going to be able to not judge Calvin, honey. She a whole lie. She said, no, I'm not judging. Maurice said, so you gonna strap on? She said, no, it would feel weird. Look, she gonna try it at least once, honey. And what y'all think? Comment down below and tell me what you think Sabrina about to do. Sabrina looked like she can be coerced into something. Look how Andi did, honey. Took that suit off without bathing. Oh, child, I ain't gonna never forget that. Oh, child, it's just disgusting. So anywho, she's like, well, let's just get to work. Let's not even talk about it. Let's just get to work. He said there's no customers, honey, and there never will be. Moving forward. Back at Andi's office, Fatima comes in to give Andi little freaky self some paperwork. She's like, Fatima, sit down. I have to talk to you about something. Have you ever had a threesome? She said, who the hell you been talking to? And no. Girl, you a whole lie, child. A whole lie. She's like, wow, are you inviting me to one? Not Fatima. She won't even invite you to happy hour with her girls. She sure ain't about to invite you to her bed. Girl, gone. So Fatima said, I know Gary ain't asking you for no threesome. She said, no. She said, oh, okay, well then why are you asking me that? Honey, because of her sexcapades last night? She said, you didn't answer me first. She said, yes, I have. She said, well, did you enjoy it? She said, not enough to do it again. She said it was with the man that I was madly in love with and I would do anything for. So then Andi said, I had sex with Robyn last night. She said, but you went home. She sure did and didn't bathe, honey. After being at work, out for a drink and throwing off her pH with those backwards draws, honey, she did not change and she did not shower. But she did go home. Let's continue. So she said, well, Gary was accusing me, so I just did it. Girl, you wanted an excuse to do it anyway. Okay. So Andi starts giving Fatima all the juicy details. She was like, it was amazing. Huh? Baby, Andi done turned into a little freak. Do y'all hear me? Because I will be a freak until the day, until the dawn. And we could boom, boom. Shout out to Adina Howard. So Fatima is like, are you sure? Because Gary is crazy. Honey, I don't know why she playing with Gary. He a whole nut. But how she gonna keep on playing with fire and gonna get burned? She said, yes, I am. And anyway, he's cheating on me. I heard her voice. Fatima said, well, he was just asking you to marry him. She said, yeah. Unfortunately, Karen was right. So as they're talking, here comes Bozo in his orange shirt, Hayden. He comes in with an orange shirt and jeans on. I said, look at this clown. You know what? Hayden's character really makes me want to act up. Like, it just makes me want to get angry. Like, oh my goodness, honey. He played that character. Because, child, I be wanting to cuss him out every time I see him on screen. Moving forward. Back at the airport, El Fuego is back. I'm like, why y'all keep bringing him back? I don't know. It's just something about him that just gets on my nerves. So if Fuego is back and he's still trying to get Danny to come to this club, he want him some Danny, honey. I don't know what it is about her. I don't know what it is about that little whatever they did but really didn't do. But he wants a round two. So he gives her this flyer and he's like, look, I want you to come. I just want you to see me dance. I don't think you've ever seen me dance like this. So he gives Danny the flyer, right? And she was like, who is this? He said, that's Pete. And baby, she was infatuated with Pete. So when he leaves, Danny sends the girls this flyer so they can go to the club. Charles Sabrina called right back. Hey girl, yeah, I'm going. I'm definitely in. Hold on, let's call Andy. Andy, are you in? Oh, of course. Honey, baby, Andy has been doing all kinds of things she ain't normally been doing, okay? So she's like, I'm definitely in. Once they saw Pistol Pete, well, I named him Pistol Pete because Danny said he was packing. So yes, ma'am. Oh, yes, ma'am, honey. Baby, they ready to go to this club, child. Back at the bank, Zack shows up dressed like $1,000,000. Y'all know how I feel about Zack when he puts on that suit. Oh, my God. Child looking like a bag of money. Shout out to Rick Ross. So Maurice is helping him, honey, because you know Maurice love him a good looking man as well. So he's helping him at the bank, right? Here comes Sabrina. May I help you? No, you may not help him, Sabrina. He was already getting help. Please go away, Brina. Go away. So Zack was like, no, he's helping me. I'm fine. She's like, no, it's okay. I got it. Honey, I would have walked smooth away. I would have been like, you know what? I'm just going to do this at the other empty branch. Don't worry about it. But child, Zack stood there, honey, because he wants to let them know that he's a millionaire. So Zack said, I need to move some money. She's like, oh, okay, well, you could have done that online. Sabrina, are you here to help or not? What happened to the customer service of it all? Girl. So Zack said, I need to move $1.4 million to the savings account. And which one has the highest interest rate? Baby, Sabrina starts stuttering. The savings bank of trust of loan of a bank of a... Girl, what is it, honey? What is it, Joe? Why you stuttering? Stutter, stutter. Stutter, stutter. Girl, get it together. So she's like, okay. He said, you can go ahead and call your girls and tell them about it. She's like, I wouldn't do that. I mean, that's unethical. Girl, please. So, baby, she transferred that money over to the savings account, and he was standing there looking good. And, oh my gosh. So then he gets ready to leave. Here go Maurice. You wearing that suit. I love that suit on you, Zack. Maurice, get back. Get back. Boy, goodbye. So he leaves, right? And she's still standing there staring at his bank account. Child, she all in his stock account. Here go Maurice. Check the stocks. Because Sabrina was trying to figure out how did he get so much money. Girl, get out of that man's account talking about ethics. Now you know she gonna mention this to Karen. And child, I cannot wait. Moving forward. Back at the shop, Pam gives Karen a certified letter. And Karen is like, why did you take this? Karen dodging them bill collectors, honey. I know the pain. I know it. She's like, let me see what this is. So she starts opening it. So she opens it up and then she leaves. And she probably going to Andy so Andy can look over it for her. I know that's exactly where she's headed. In the next scene, Andi and Fatima roll up on old blockhead Aiden. Baby, Fatima went straight in. Now, y'all know she get hood, okay? And y'all know she don't play about Zack. So Andi tells him, I sent an email to all of the senior partners. And he's like, whoa, why would you do that? No, there's no whoa, okay? You did it. Andi said, I'm also going to recommend that you be fired. He said, I won't do it again. Sound like one of them little kids. Yeah, you gonna do it again because you did it the first time. So he pleading with Fatima. And she's like, get over it. I'm not feeling you. I've never felt you. Andi said, never? She said, no, never. She's like, child, he was already dripping before I got to it. Yeah. Okay. Oh, my gosh. Child, not the pre-ejaculation before the ejaculation. Oh, no, thank you. Oh, my goodness. See, this is why you got to be careful with who you give a taste. Might not ever be able to shake back. Oh, honey, honey. Start stalking you, showing up at your jobs and whatnot. Oh, no, ma'am. Moving forward. Now he's sitting there looking dumb in this orange shirt. That's what you get. Crazy looking boy. Moving forward. In the next scene, we finally see Preston on the farm. I'm like, look at him. Okay. So Andi is calling to make sure Preston ain't dipping off with Alice. And he's like, do you want to meet her? She said, nope, I don't want to meet her. He's like, okay, well, I'll see you tomorrow night after they have a little conversation, right? She was like, why it's got to be tomorrow night? Why you can't see me tonight? He was like, because I'm going to be too tired. And I got to finish this up before the rain, but I'm going to call you tonight. She was like, oh, okay, that's fine. So as she's hanging up the phone, she hears this lady in the background asking about her dress. Little Miss Ma'am, what are you doing? This is not Little House on the Prairie. What are you doing on this farm with my man? I would have been like, I'm about to come out there and help you milk Elsie. Because, honey, something ain't sounding right in the background. Moving forward. In the next scene, Fatima and Andi are having lunch talking about her and Gary's relationship. And Andi is telling her about all the drama that she's going through with Gary. Honey, like we don't know. So Fatima is like, girl, Gary. She's like, well, I still love him. Well, then shut up and stop sleeping with randoms in hotel rooms then. She said, if you love him, then why are you screwing Robyn? That's what we all want to know. Child, she better be careful with Robyn. And he been caught an incurable disease, because something about Robyn just tells me he has something that he's not telling Andi. Child, this could go one of two ways. See, Tyler, that's why you need to tag me in, because we could really take this storyline somewhere. Robyn could have something that he could have potentially given to Andi, and then Andi could have given it to Gary when she went home and felt guilty, and then her and Gary got into it. As they got into it, Gary started itching and burning. He went to the hospital and found out that he had an STD, which he would trace back to Andi, because he really wasn't cheating. The person on the phone was not a person he was actually with, and it came from Robyn. And then she confronts Robyn, and Robyn tells her that he has this, and she got to go get checked out. It could be so much, Tyler. And let me tell you something. If I see that it's so much up on this TV, I'm going to need you to tag me in. Moving forward. Child, is just a side note. Let me tell y'all something. The way my creative mind works, it's like, oh, child, I need to write me a sitcom or a 30-minute segment of some kind. So, child, we can really get into it. Honey, that's just, that's something I could really think about. Y'all comment down below if y'all would like for me to write a little scripted series. It's going to be good, though, and it ain't going to be childish, okay? And it's definitely not going to be, are you sure, every 5 minutes. But anywho, back to the mess. So Fatima switches gears to talk about Zack, even though she can't. So then she tells Andi that Zack really wants her to commit to him. So then she starts telling her about how Zack puts it on her, and she was like, no, I do not want to hear anything about the sex. Honey, I would not engage with a coworker, okay, that is best friends with my man's ex. I just wouldn't do it. Like, it's no way that I could do that. So then she tells Andi that Zack said he loved her and he only wants to be with her. Andi said, he said he loves you and only wants to be with you? Yes, ma'am, he sure did. Andi is like, well, I think if you want to move forward with Zack, then you should. I mean, good for you. Baby, then Karen and her sideways wig, baby, they walk in. Really? Are you sure? Is it good for them, Andi? Is it good? And that was the end of the episode. But baby, next episode, Fatima and Karen gonna go head to head. Karen, you don't want that smoke. You better go on leave Zack alone now, okay? Y'all have had your 3-year run. It's over with, okay? He was no good for you. You know, got him together. Now he has the zhuzh, and he's using the zhuzh over here with Fatima. So let it go. And you really don't want that smoke with her, baby, because she is not one of those, are you sure? She gonna dot your eye and then ask questions later. Y'all comment down below and tell me exactly what you thought about this episode. I thought it was good. I said, Tyler, you are listening to the people. Now, if we can get a little bit more creative dialogue and we can get them to say more than one sentence, child, will be in business. Oh, we also need more people in the bank. Comment down below. Don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Hit that notification bell so that you will be updated each and every time I upload a video. And as always, stay safe, stay blessed, spread love, not germs. Peace.